Hi, I'm Brad's Vintage Collection. I wanted to talk about a couple things before I show the video. This is going to be a pickup video of a single card that I'm excited about. But before I talk about the pickups, I was doing my favorite 5 series, going through the 60s. And last week I did the favorite 5 with 1969 with Dylan Double D, because him and I were going back and forth, and he was actually making response videos the last couple of years of the 60s. So we decided to do one together. We did a live stream, but it's on Dylan Double D's channel, and I will put the link in the video description to his channel. And if you were watching the favorite 5 series, please check it out. We did the top 10 from 1969 and really had a lot of fun. For those of you who caught it live, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate the active chat, and really had a great time with Dylan doing the 1969 video together. So please check that out. In this pickup video, I'm showing a pickup that's not really the type of card I usually get, and thanks Mike Moynihan for showing this card on his channel. But with Sandberg's passing, he showed a 5-star Ryne Sandberg card from this year, and it probably is Sandberg's last on-card autograph. So for me, it was very exciting to get that card, and I will show that. And along with that, I'm going to show an early autograph I've got of Sandberg that he did in person for me in 1984, and then another one he did in person for me during the 2003 NLDS, and kind of show how his autograph changed throughout his career. And I think it's really cool to have evolving autographs of one of my favorite players, even though I'm not a huge autograph collector, 2 of the 3 that I got myself. So I'm going to turn the camera around and show off my new card and my other Sandberg autos. Okay, I turned the camera around, and this is the new card I got, and I want to thank Mike Moynihan for showing this card. And to me, this was a special card to me because I figured that this 5-star is probably Sandberg's last on-card autographs that he's going to have. And I thought it was a fitting thing for me to have in my collection because I've got Sandberg autographs, 2 of them, that kind of show how his autograph changed throughout the years. And this is kind of how his autograph ended up at the end of his life. But I think this year's 5 stars are really sharp looking, and I wanted to get the Sandberg as kind of the end of his life autograph, and probably the last on-card autographs he's going to have. His passing is, I'm still saddened by it, still shocked by it, way too young to go, but my childhood memories are so intertwined with Sandberg's career. Speaking of those memories, here's the first Sandberg autograph that I got, and this was obtained in 1984. Ryne Sandberg and Jody Davis went to a Chevy dealer called Keystone Chevrolet, and my mom took my brother and I and a family friend to go meet them and get their autographs. And I remember the Cubs game went late, so there was a huge line at the Chevy dealership, and we're waiting for the players to come, and they drove in Jody Davis's Jeep Cherokee, and I remember it had out-of-state plates. I think they were Georgia, and it had either Davis 7 or Cubs 7 or something as the vanity plates, and Jody was driving and Sandberg was in the passenger seat. And I'm trying to get close on the autograph so you can kind of see it's just a ballpoint pen autograph that a lot of people used for cards back in the day, but his autograph was much different in his early career than it was on this 5-star. You can see he had a much bigger R, a much bigger S, and you could really kind of read it a lot better. You can read the R and the Y and the S, and you can see the whole Berg in the signature, the B-E-R-G. Totally different signature than on this 5-star, which is his end of career autograph, and you really can't read the name on this one like you could on his early ones. So it changed quite a bit. The third autograph I have is on this McGregor Sandnet jersey, and this was the first thing I bought with my first job. So when I was 13 years old, I got a job washing dishes at the VFW hall at the Fish Fry and at their catered events. And I think I made $4 an hour, and I saved up $96 to buy this Cub jersey, this authentic Cub jersey, official licensed Major League Baseball. And this was before most people bought authentic jerseys. And you can see it's got the bear on the sleeve, like the Cubs wore, and it's got the Cubs on the front. So here's the back of the jersey, and it was number 23. Bought it at Merle Harmon Fanfare, a shop in the mall. And Sandberg was at all the games the Bartman year. And this was actually got in the divisional series, not the NLCS. And Sandberg was sitting in section 122, and my seats were in section 222. So he was at every game. And I got a couple autographs, but the first one I got was on this jersey. And this would have been the second home game because I knew he was going to be there after the first home game. And between innings, he'd sign every inning between innings. Sandberg was always a great signer, and he did this really big, beautiful signature on here. And you can still read the Sandberg on this one. You can see the S, and you can see the D here and the BRG, and you can still read the Ryne on this one, unlike kind of his later one. So putting the three signatures together, let me zoom out a little bit, so you can see a late Rhino signature at the end, a very early Rhino signature from 1984, and then his signature shortly after he retired, or early 2000s. So it really changed over the years from a very basic autograph to something a lot more fancy and beautiful, but still readable, to something that was it really doesn't even look like Ryne Sandberg anymore by the end of his career. But was really excited to get this 5-star, and now I have autographs throughout Sandberg's life, and I think this was a fitting last Sandberg autograph for me to add to my collection. So was really excited to get this one, and I think the three cards really go nicely together. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing my autographed Sandberg rookie that he signed in 1984. My jersey that I bought in 1985 from the first money I got for my first job that he signed in 2003. And then the 2025 5-star card that he signed in 2025. So seeing his signature evolve throughout the years. The Favorite 5 series is over for the 1960s. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the same thing for the 1950s. Early 50s, I really don't have a good enough representation. Or I'm probably going to do something different with the 1950s and kind of go through year by year and show some cards from my collection. I've got a couple mail day videos that'll be coming. I've got some packages on the way. So I'll be showing off some new cards in my collection, including a really excited one of the first Topps Playing Day Hall of Fame card. So some of you may know who that card is. A lot of you probably don't. So when that one comes in the mail, I'm very excited to show that one off. I've got some 1959s and some 1960s and a 1969 card that kind of fill in some of my Hall of Fame runs. I really appreciate you watching this video and checking it out. If you enjoy the type of stuff on my channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button. And remember, if you're not excited to add it to your collection, you bought the wrong card. Thanks so much for watching.